These warmer temperatures coming our way in this strong temperature boundary. Along that boundary, because of those temperatures and that variation, could see some severe weather possible. I'm going to tell you all about it coming up in my full Skywatch forecast. Take a look at where that front's at, and this is a very strong cold front. There is cold air back behind this. So the showers, while we probably won't see a great deal of them, again, a few rumbles of thunder possible as well, they'll continue to make their way through, and by late evening, they'll be completely out of east central Illinois. You know, we've been well above average the last couple of weeks. 35 is where we normally should be at. We've had 9 straight days above average.
What about you, Jesse?
Old red. So we're 2 out of 3 here on the car names. Yeah. You know, if you got a convertible, definitely not a good time to have that top down. We got a little tease of that nice weather for a while. Well, you needed the shades out there today, and you also needed the winter attire. It was chilly, but again, we did see those clear skies, and that's still the case on SkyTrack all across the Midwest. We've got this clear band, 82 for the high. And you sense a warming pattern here going into Thursday. The isolated chance still lingers around. I think Futurecast might be bringing those temperatures just a little bit high with those strong northerly winds and those skies that are clearing. So I'm going to drop it down just a little bit more. I'm going to say 6 for the overnight low. If you've got any evening plans, maybe going and checking out some Christmas lights, well, definitely be bundled up because it's going to take the cars longer to heat up.
Warmer temperatures this week.
Yeah, they're staying warm. It's like spring out there, almost a little summer-like. 63 for your high temperature on Saturday, so great day for EIU football for the homecoming game this time around, the festivities. It'll be absolutely great weather for that. And we've got winter weather moving in. That's why we've got winter weather alerts in place for all of central Illinois. Most of the viewing area included in this winter storm watch, and that starts tomorrow at noon and runs through Sunday at noon. That's because of some freezing rain we're going to experience throughout the area. That's going to continue to help us drop our temperatures down as we see that cloud cover move out, allows more of that heat energy from the day to escape up into the atmosphere. It was fantastic. In fact, we broke a record. We got to 67 for the high. The record high was actually 65. I want to show you this, the regional view, because you see this surge of warm air right here. It is pushing our way, and it's going to continue to do so over the next 24 hours. Take a look at this time tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-40s. The warm-up is coming on. Unfortunately, it's not going to last very long, Kaylee. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We've got the sunshine and then the warmer temperatures. We just can't seem to get the two together at the same time. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Here's where we got to today, right around 22 for our high temperature at the Coles County Airport. Temperatures tomorrow and Saturday continuing to be on the climb, back up to those mid-50s by Saturday, staying in the 50s by the time we get into Sunday. And the forward side of high pressure systems, well, we get those northerly winds on that forward side, so that's why we're seeing those northerly winds. Going to help to cool us down.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, the enhanced risk is basically something the Storm Prediction Center has. It's a level 3 out of 5, if you will, on their scale of the severe potential. So that's what we're looking at going through the day tomorrow. And dew points are really low. Remember the dew point, that temperature we can use to determine just how dry we are. The cooler that number is, well, the drier we are in the area, and that's definitely the case. So could see some isolated showers tomorrow, but again, not going to expect a whole lot out of this system because the moisture just not going to be there because of how dry we are in east central Illinois. And speaking of clouds, I did want to show you this video that was taken earlier today. It's a time lapse from EIU's campus. And there you can see the cumulus clouds developing ahead of that rain we saw. We do have a little bit of rain in store tomorrow. I'll break down the weekend forecast coming up. But it's cold compared to where we're going. Let's take a look at Sunday, 44 degrees for the high temperature on Sunday. So we're starting to warm things up, but no, we're not done there. Let's take a look at Monday, 48. Skies are clear right now on SkyTrack, and temperatures, they're cool right now. How long does that trend last? I'll tell you coming up. This is Newswatch, and your Thursday's edition starts right now.
Sunshine on Wednesday?
Yeah, the sunshine and then the warmer temperatures lingering around. It's going to be fantastic.
It will be.
Temperatures still staying well above average. Our average this time of year, again, right around 35 for the high. I think we're going to get to right around 47 for tomorrow. As those skies start to clear, we see some sunshine and southerly winds. Again, warm on Saturday. Here's what it'll be like at noon if you're headed out to the Lincoln Log Cabin to celebrate Lincoln's birthday out there. They've got that festivity going on this weekend.
Spring type weather.
This is not at all something we typically see in February, but watch, we'll continue to keep you updated on the air and online. The wind chill feeling even colder than that. Again, those wind chills below 0 to start the day off, still staying throughout the single digits and not rising any higher than there. The high pressure keeps us pretty cool going into the weekend, but as that high pressure starts to scoot out, we get those southerly winds that will warm us up just a little bit for your Sunday. Take a look at those temperatures almost reaching that 60-degree mark. Then by Sunday, still staying above average. As far as accumulation for this, here's what we've got right here. Less than a quarter inch is what I'm going to go with by late Saturday. Not expecting expecting a whole lot more for Sunday. And that's the case. The strong temperature variation, the strong winds throughout most of the atmosphere. Once that changeover happens to that cooler air, the cooler air stays around going through the middle part of the week. According to the National Weather Service, a funnel cloud was spotted near Altamont. So we've got these two different situations that we are watching and keeping track for you. These are radar indicated again, but we have gotten reports of funnel clouds from spotters on the grounds. If you're in your home, the lowest level in the middle of your home is the safest place to get to if you're in these areas, because one of these cells, especially the one I'm really concerned about, is near Effingham. And that warning has been now extended into portions of Cumberland County a little bit ago, as a tornado on the ground actually got reported into the National Weather Service. Also, the other one there, which looks like it has grown, there you see it just west of Effingham, near Altamont, is one of the areas that's included in that. Well, things are changing, as I mentioned already, and as we take a look at SkyTrack right now, we can already tell those changes are coming our way very soon. We see on SkyTrack some showers moving into the area, and that's because of a system that's making its way into our region. And we've got clouds throughout all of Illinois because of that system that is working its way in, and we'll see that system continue to bring us some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms as we go through our Friday. Right now, seeing just a little bit of that rain on SkyTrack, a little bit of light rain in Champaign and Vermilion County in East Central Illinois. That's where we're at right now. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Temperatures are cool in the northern counties of the viewing area, in the 50s in Champaign and Danville. We start getting into the 60s as we move on to the south, as we've got southerly winds that are bringing us warmer air in those southern counties. And that's because of this system that is off to our west and our south that's going to continue pushing our way over the next 24 hours. Going through the hour-by-hour futurecast tonight, temperatures, they really don't move a whole lot as we check out those going through the overnight hours, only getting down to around 60 as we do have those southerly winds ahead of this system helping to warm us up. As we start off your Friday, temperatures again right around 60. By the time we get into the afternoon, going to warm things up even by noon into the mid to upper 60s as this system again continues to approach us, and those winds are out of the south. Rumbles of thunder possible because we've got this warm air and cold air back behind this system, so that difference helping to fuel these thunderstorms that are possible as we go through your Friday. So again, seeing the clouds for the most part, but we will see some showers as we go through the afternoon hours. Here that system comes. This is a cold front, and behind this, well, we've got colder air moving in. And these white lines here, these are called isobars. This system, very strong. The tighter those are together indicate strong winds, so we're in for a breezy Friday as well. Again, you can see those lines getting close together, so conditions will be breezy for your Friday too. Now going through the late hours on Friday afternoon and evening, temperatures in the 60s still, but as that cold front moves on through, temperatures drop down significantly going into the evening hours. As far as severe weather, Storm Prediction Center has us under a marginal risk. Certain portions of the viewing area, the eastern counties and over into Indiana, in the slight risk. For the most of this, though, going to keep the most of this looks like in central Indiana and over into Ohio. That's where Storm Prediction Center has put out that enhanced risk. But again, for us, the severe chance is possible. Skywatch team will continue to keep you updated on that tonight. Of course, tomorrow we'll be here tracking it as well. So we go through the afternoon hours tomorrow. There's that cold front, and it'll push on out of our region going through the overnight hours. Again, you saw those flurries there for just a little bit. They are possible as we go through your Saturday. So we could see just a few flurries, the colder air back behind this, and that precipitation still lingering for just a little bit as we start off your Saturday, but then running through Futurecast as we go through the late hours in the afternoon, seeing those clouds continue to push out because of high pressure that will start to move in and dominate the region. Now, I want to show you the temperature difference, and we can use the upper level of the atmosphere to really be able to differentiate where the air masses are. We've got the warm air here, and the jet stream is the dividing line. As we put Futurecast into motion, you can see that jet pushing down in, this colder air mass moving into our region, and that continues to be the case going into the weekend. So there we have those colder temperatures. Take a look at that. What a difference going into your weekend. 37 for the high on Friday. That's certainly much different, Kaylee, than we have been seeing, but really it's much more closer to average than we have been. Right.
Well, we've got to enjoy those nice temperatures all week, but the weekend, it looks like the temperatures might not be so nice.
We knew the change was coming at some point or another, right?
Unfortunately.
Finally, on this Friday, the University of Michigan may be on its way to breaking scientific boundaries as it takes on, get this, urine recycling. Plus, there's good news for California residents. The drought situation is officially starting to improve. We'll tell you more coming up. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU. And finally tonight, with weather like today, it's time to get your outdoor shoes on. There are no entrance fees this week to all national parks starting tomorrow. The National Park Service is turning 100 and they've waived all entrance fees as part of National Park Week. Only a third of the 411 parks actually have entrance fees, but those that do tend to be the biggest attractions like the Grand Canyon. Outdoor enthusiasts can check the National Park Service's website for a complete list of parks by state. Well, talking about parks, what a great time to get outside on a day like this. A man went into the dealership implying he had a handgun, then demanded money. When he was taken into custody, police say they also found him in possession of cocaine and methamphetamine. In the middle of flu season, hospitals are doing their part to prevent the virus from spreading. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse Guinn. Recapping one of tonight's top stories, a major fire erupts at the Coles County Auto Salvage Yard. Oakland firefighter Anthony Bennett says around 2:30 this afternoon, Hutton, Ashmore, and Oakland fire departments responded to a report of about 1,000 tires spontaneously combusting. But first, it's the biggest storm to hit the Northeast this winter. We'll have the latest coming up next. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU. West says the investigation is ongoing. If you have any information, you're encouraged to contact the Charleston Police Department or the Coles County Crime Stoppers. Continuing tonight's Crime Watch, a Christian County man is arrested after a marijuana bust. The Christian County Sheriff's Department took in 23-year-old Zachary Bland of rural Pana. Charleston Fire Department says 2016 kept them busy, and that's our top story tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse Guinn. Forecast includes potentially record-breaking highs. Coming up, Eric Piper will recap the spring-like forecast for Shelbyville, Newton, Chrisman, and all the area. And also coming up, it started as a little harmonizing during a car ride, but has turned into a local singing success. We'll explain coming up when Newswatch continues on WEIU. Likely that the early cheesemakers did improve the process by using salt as a preservative. Well, some say this might sound a little cheesy. The forecast, though, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Dallas high school teacher is being investigated after a video surfaces of her appearing to threaten the president with a toy gun. Gabrielle Roxas has more on the story. And I'm Jesse Guinn. With the world watching, Donald Trump raised his right hand and promised to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution as president. Fire broke out around noon yesterday and quickly engulfed the home. Gates says crews were forced to evacuate the scene for about 2.5 hours after anywhere between 50 and 80,000 rounds of ammunition started going off inside the home.
I'm Kaylee Custer.
And I'm Jesse Guinn. Police say the suspect is accused of breaking into several churches and businesses. The free exhibit will have steel beams from the Twin Towers, guided tours by New York City firefighters, documentary videos, and more. The exhibit is set for October 12th through the 14th. An exact location and time have yet to be announced. Well, Central Illinois is in for a cold, cloudy weekend ahead. At this hour, Kate Watson is leading Hitchings by 1,682 votes. Cumberland County is also asking voters to select a new state's attorney. On the ballot, Democrat Todd Reardon is facing Republican Brian Robbins, and at this hour, Brian Robbins has won this race with just over 4,000 votes.
Weekend.
Yes, Eric, what a temperature change. Hunters in Illinois and Indiana are facing hefty fines. Conservation officers in the two states say they've issued more than $85,000 in fines to hunters who falsely claim residency in either state to get a hunting permit at a cheaper rate. But the company says it should be available at nearly 8,000 stores by the fall of 2018. Elected leaders are hoping you'll share the love with military personnel this Valentine's Day. Congressman John Shimkus is asking citizens to participate in the annual Valentine's for Heroes program. Protests have also been taking place at other places throughout the country. And tomorrow will be no different. More protesters will begin marching in Washington. Tomorrow marks the Women's March on Washington starting at 11. Women from across the country will be in attendance.
Winter weather.
That's right. Let's get right over to Skywatch local forecaster Eric Piper, who has the latest from the Weather Center. Good evening, Eric. Coming up next on WEIU, the Nightly Business Report. And finally tonight, check this out. Florida police captured a whopping 11-foot, 450-pound alligator yesterday morning. The gator was wandering close to a middle school in Davie County. Officials were able to trap the giant reptile with help from the Florida Fish and a group from Wildlife Conservation Commission. No one was hurt. Police say they've received calls about this particular alligator before, but were not able to track it down until now.